the top performers of the week.
He uses a lockdown cover corner.
This is a player who back in a high school football game in 2006 had 3 vertebrae seriously injured so bad that a doctor told him he could have died on the field.
That play, October 27th, that play changed my life. The doctor said, you broke your neck.
Welcome to another episode of the Just Blunt podcast with your boy Deezy in the building. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Share this video. We have got the one, the only, Delvin Breaux Sr. in the building. And let me tell you something before we even get to it. What you're about to hear from this man is just like, especially at a time like this, we really need to hear these stories. You know, this is Black excellence at its finest. Delvin Breaux, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, boss? Thank you for having me.
Oh, no doubt, man. I'm glad Dakota hooked this up. I got to shout him out. Big salute to, I go back with him a long way. He hit me to the T-shirts, the Bro Show shirts. Yeah. Go ahead and rock it. Also look for this shirt. I'm going to get a couple more colors, man. I like the purple and gold. I'm a Laker fan, so definitely got to grab that. So good question for you. How are you handling life in, semi-quarantine? I know things are opening back up, but how have you spent your time in quarantine?
Man, you know what, man? Just being able to spend time with my son, man. I've been in Canada 6 months out the year, so being able to have this extended time and extended period, just being able to have that quality time with him, man, it's been amazing, man. That and also been working out, man. Just finding ways to stay healthy. COVID-19 was pretty serious, and it's still serious, man. So we have to continue to keep working out, continue to keep exercising, and just taking it one day at a time, man.
And, I wondered about that as far as professional athletes. Like, is the workout regimen just as rigorous at home as it would be if you were, like, out at the gym with your teammates and everything?
Nah, man, you have to adapt, right? You have to adapt, man. You have to find ways to coordinate with your workout plans, what you used to, So for me, what I did was I went to the levee. I'm a big levee guy, man. I'm a big levee hill guy, man. So I went, done that. Some days I did yoga. Some days I actually just got massages, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just got massages just because, your body needs that. You got to take care of your body. You have to, you have to still continue with those routines despite what's going on. So that, that's what I did, man. I had to, adapt to the situation.
And the massage thing is interesting because I got married because I thought you got constant massages, but it doesn't really work out like that. But okay, so getting ready for the upcoming season in the CFL. So when will you be departing officially for training camp?
We don't know, man. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you and give you no exact time. We had a meeting the other day with the CFLPA members. They looking around Labor Day, which is September, August, September. And, Canada is safe, man. They play it safe, man, which I love them, man. That's my second home, man. And however long they, need to take, man, I'm with it.
And Canada definitely is safe. They're very, they've been very proactive when it comes to the whole COVID-19 thing. So what's the biggest, I guess, what will be the biggest part of the upcoming season that you're looking forward to?
Well, you know what, man, just being able to gel with my teammates, man. You know how we came close last year to we got to the Grey Cup, but we didn't win it, man. So we have those same pieces back. We have to gel more, man, and that's what we did this offseason, man. Like I said, COVID-19 was a blessing. I didn't look at it as a disaster or nothing. I looked at it as a blessing because it got us to bond a little bit more through our Zoom apps. It got us to bond a little bit more, talking through plays, understanding route formations, understanding everything, man, just so, we won't have that same disappointment, we had in a Grey Cup last year. So, it's cool, man. I just want to gel with my teammates, man, and that's how it starts. You got to start a foundation, and that's where it starts.
And you know what that is? I think championship teams begin with chemistry, you know, outside of, you know, good leadership, but it definitely begins with chemistry. So, you know, having a chance to bond with your teammates like that, that has to be, especially bringing everybody back, that has to be a good look going into the new season.
Absolutely.
Now I want to get into your story, because to be at the point where you're at right now is just nothing short of flat out amazing. So you're in high school, senior year, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're going into a big game. You hear there's some LSU scouts going to be there to check you out. Take us through the next, you know, chain of events that kind of started this big changing moment in your life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was on my way to school, man, and my dad received a phone call, and you know, once he got off the phone, he was like, he said, "Hey, man, they're gonna have a couple LSU scouts coming to the game," and I got excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, whoa, oh man! Like Coach Larry Porter was the running backs coach at the time, man, and you know, I was excited, man. I was just so excited as a high school, you know, kid, man, watching my dreams just unfold, man. Like it was so cool, man. So you know, we was playing Jesuit High School, man. We never beat Jesuit. Jesuit is a private school down here. It's an all boys school down here in New Orleans, Louisiana. We never beat a Catholic school. We never beat them, man. It's a Catholic school. We never beat them. And that year, man, we just felt it. You know, we felt the energy. We felt, you know, it was our time. You know, Coach Wayne Reese, our head coach, RIP to him due to COVID-19, man. That was heartbreaking, but we had it that year. We knew as a team, you know, we was gonna get Jesuit that year. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So you know, the confidence we had going into the game, man. You know, coming out, you know, to the third quarter, coming after halftime and going on third quarter. My coach, you know, special team coach, Coach Smith was like, "Hey, we missing one on the kickoff." You know, I'm sitting down there talking to my DBs or whatever, and in the defense, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we need you." And I'm like, "Man, I wasn't knowing that all week in practice, bro. Like, come on. Now, you know, in high school, if you ain't knowing something in practice, like, you ain't gonna 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be on in the game." We have a lot of people in high school that join the football team and don't even play. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, why not put, like, come on, the whole week, bro? So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Got my helmet, man. I was like, all right. So my best friend was sitting on the sideline car. I was like, hey, I'm about to go make this play. Watch this. He's like, all right, bet. Bro, I was on the left-hand side of the field, man. Boom, we kicked off. We was on the cover team. We kicked off. I'm going to say between the 17, 23-yard line, 20, 23-yard line. It's when I made my collision, man. To me, you know, going back, it was a normal hit. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was normal, man. I felt like I didn't do anything wrong. You know, it was just a simultaneous, you know, collision. It's just, you know, as his knee was coming up, my head was going in to make the tackle, and his knee caught me right in the head, man, and my neck jacked back. And man, next thing you know, I was out. Everything was just dark. You know what I'm saying? Everything was dark, bro. I couldn't move, couldn't do. Everything was dark. Yeah. You know, and through that moment, you know, mind you, now it's dark, but my mind is still going. I'm like, okay, you know, I can't move. I hear my teammates. I hear my teammates. I hear them say, "Hey, D bro, get up. We need you. Good. Let's go." I'm like, yeah, I'm good, but I can't move. You know what I'm saying? I can't move. Like, I can't move. And it was like, into my coaching came over. Then, bro, I saw, like, within a few seconds of that happening, I saw a bright white light, bro. Like, it was just a bright white light, man. Just something like I've never seen before, bro. I've never experienced it before, man. And I can't explain to you, because it was just it was like the heaven gates just bro. It was just so, it was crazy. It was unreal, bro. And my coach was like, "Hey, bro, you good? You good?" I'm like, yeah. And they put the smelling salt underneath my nose, man. The next thing you know, I'm up. I got up, walked off the field, man. You know, took my own helmet off. Mind you, now I didn't know my neck was broken. You know, I didn't know my neck.
Now that's the part that gets me right there. It's amazing how the human body works, because when I heard about you explaining that, you were up, like literally bouncing around on the sideline, trying to get ready to get back into the game. Absolutely, man. I was on the sideline jumping up and down, ready to get back in. You know, I'm warming my body. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to, you know, it's time to get back in. So, but I had to sit out a couple plays. You know, high school is I think it was 2 or 3 plays you have to sit out before you get back in. During my time, I don't know how it is now. But yeah, I was like, okay, you know. And then that's when I just felt the pain. I just felt the pain shoot up my back. I was like, oh,
whoa. You know, I turned around, I said, Dad. I walked over, I said, Dad, something wrong. You know, and he set me down, gave me some ibuprofen. And when he gave me an ibuprofen, you know, my disc slipped in my, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a scar up in the front, man, where my disc slipped in my esophagus. So when I swallowed the pills, I couldn't swallow it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cough. So I'm on the sideline trying to cough them up, man. And mind you, I didn't know my neck was broken. We don't know nothing. We thinking it's, you know, it's just a little stinger, maybe something like that. So when I'm trying to cough up the pills, that's when I just felt it, man. I said, Dad, something is wrong. I said, Dad, get the ambulance. Get the ambulance. Get him over here now. Something is wrong. Man, they got ambulance came over, man, laid me down on the stretcher, man. And, you know, I put my thumbs up, man. You know, that was one of the key moments in that, man. My mom, man, my stepmom, you know, as the game is still going on and the crowd is loud, but I hear this whistle. You know what I'm saying? I know my mom whistle, man. It's this whistle we've been knowing all our life, man. I didn't care where I was at. I don't care how loud. We can be in the Saints Superdome, man. I will hear that whistle and find and locate her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, and I just put my thumbs up. You know, let her know I'm good. I'm moving. I'm talking. You know, and you know when I got in the ambulance, man, the only thing I was asking, you know, the paramedic was like, "How hard was the hit?" I was like, "Man, is that hit of the week, man?" Like I was like, "Man, you know," but mind you, I still don't know my neck is broken, bro. God, man, my angels and God was just with me, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy, but it felt like I belong there, man. I felt like that moment I was supposed to be there, bro. It was
and that's what I wanted to ask you about too. Because that was something interesting that you said. What do you mean by it felt like you were meant to be there at that moment?
It just felt so peaceful. The way the lady was taking care of my jersey. She was cutting on my jersey. She was taking her time with putting the IV in my own. She was talking to me so nice and calm. The man was talking to me so calm. They was keeping me stable. Hey, Delvin, you know, talking to me about the play, like, what do you remember? Man, I remember everything. I told them people exactly what happened. Like nothing ever happened to me, man. It just felt right. It just felt so peaceful. It was cool in there. Like the atmosphere was cool. The energy was right. I just felt the positive vibes. I felt like I belonged there, bro. I felt like I was supposed to be in that situation. I don't know how. I don't know why. I can't explain it, man. And I'm not gonna question it.
That's when you know it's God. That's when you know it's God right there. Yeah. So, okay. So at that moment, you know, like you said, you felt like you were supposed to be there. Did you have any type of sense in you or any awareness of what was going on, or did you already feel like, man, this may be it, or was that not even in your mind whatsoever?
You know what, man? It wasn't even in my mind, you know, because my adrenaline was rushing, man, and I was more worried about the game. Man, you know, man, like, what are my teammates though? How are we winning? Are we beating down, you know, Jesuit? You know, I want to win, man. In mind you, I'm not worried about my neck because, like I said, I didn't know what was wrong. I just knew something was pain back there.
Yeah.
You know, so my adrenaline was going. I was, you know, I wasn't worried about that, man. You know, my focus was good. I was comfortable. Like I said, man, the people took care of me, all the nurses, bro. Like, it was hands on me, man, that just was so, it just felt right, bro. Like, man, like you said, it just felt right, bro. It felt right.
Okay, so tell us about the moment when the doctor actually diagnosed you.
As soon as I saw his x-rays and CAT scan of the neck, I was really surprised that he was neurologically fine. It was like a miracle. My expectations were really thinking about football or any kind of a contact sport in the future was out of the question.
So I was laying in bed, in a hospital bed, and we got x-rays, and you know, man, my mom and them sitting over there, and I'm laying in the hospital bed, and doctor walked in there, and he's looking like it's unbelievable. Like he has this unbelievable look on his face, like he said, son, how are you alive right now? And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, son, you broke your neck. And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, man, you broke your neck, and you sitting up here, you know, you're talking to us, you're laughing and you're smiling. And I'm like, Doc, if I broke my neck, I'm supposed to be dead. How am I talking to you, Doc? Like, it just don't make sense. Like, I'm talking to you. What you mean I'm supposed to be dead? Like, you know, and he was like, son, like, you're supposed to be dead on that field. I don't know how you were in. I don't know how you made it here. Man, now that I'm out of the situation, I cry, man. Bro, every time I watch the video, I'm like, man, this kid is strong. And not, I don't look at it as I'm watching myself. I look at the story.
Yeah.
This kid is strong, man.
No doubt, man.
So, man, I got to keep going, man. It's a purpose for me, It's a purpose for me here. I don't know what it is, and I'm glad again for COVID-19 because it got me in isolation. It got people that wasn't needed around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I prayed to God and asked God. He got rid of all that. He got rid of the ones that didn't need to be around me, man. And I finally got to myself. And man, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And did you hear that, kids? You got to use your quarantine time for good purposes. You know what I'm saying? That's just positive.
Absolutely.
Sometimes just to take time to reflect. Now, speaking of that, just speaking of reflecting, okay, once you actually got the news, this is where, to me, it gets really interesting. What was like the next part of the process? Because, you're at where you're at now, but you still had a long way to go once you got that diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. So once we got all that, that figured out and everything, man, they put me in this halo, so the next couple of days they end up putting me in this halo, man. It sucks. I don't want nobody to go through this, man, ever. So I advise any athletes out there, any football players, particular, any physical contact, any car, anything, man, when you're driving, pay attention to when you're driving, because I don't want nobody to go through this, man. It sucks. It's awful. Keep your head up when you're playing football. Please keep your head up. See what you hit. Please see what you hit. I don't ever want nobody going through this, man. So I hope my platform and my story can justly get into somebody's life and into their mind to say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure I see what I hit, because this is the outcome as to not seeing what you can hit. Not seeing what you hit. So it sucks, man. And I was going through that process, bro. And I was, I didn't know what to do, man. But I still kept a smile on my face, man, because the nurses in that was sexy too. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but
hey, we keep it real on the Just Blood podcast, bro. That's okay. We love sexy nurses here. We do.
So they had this one particular, black nurse, African American nurse. I was just like, hey, but I had a girlfriend at the time, so I couldn't really, 17 years old in the hospital, you can't do too much, Oh no. But they kept me entertained, man. They kept me entertained. I want to say thank you to Michael Lewis, former New Orleans Saints kick returner. His wife, Miss Allen Lewis, she was a cheerleader for our high school team at McDonald 35, and they got together and bought me a PSP, man. That was so dope, man. They bought me a PSP. They bought me my Madden game. They bought me a soccer game, man, and a basketball game, man. And I'm so thankful, man. And like I said, bro, it was so peaceful. It felt like I belonged there. I'm telling you, everything was just right, man. Everything. And you know what? So the process of the surgery, man, the surgery took about 11 to 12 hours, man, but they went in separately, man. They went in I had to do the first surgery. It took about 6 hours, and then the second surgery in the back. But it was so risky, bro. It was so risky. My mom, man, we had to sit down and make a decision, because I had a bone chip, from me breaking my neck. I had a bone chip leaning on my main vessel, artery leaning that goes to my brain. And
wow.
If that was punctured, mind you now, bro, I'm going through all this, and I had a bone leaning on that artery, bro. How am I not dead, bro?
Wow.
You kidding me? Man, like, that's how the doctor was like, you didn't did what? You took off your helmet, you walked off the field, you did everything, and you're not dead, son? I don't understand. And that's a neurosurgeon, man. This is somebody medically in this field. That's what they did. They studied this, and he don't know. He don't know how I'm alive. So you know what, man? I just take it, and I thank God, man. And after I left the hospital, I went and got baptized, man. I had to, man. I had to wash away all my sins, from growing up, being, negative towards my stepmom and being a sassy ass kid, and also some, and some of the things, that I did as far as stealing and stuff like klepto and all that as a kid, man. But I had to go wash away those sins, because God showed me, man, don't take life for granted.
Yeah.
He did. Don't take life for granted, man. So whatever you're doing, stop it. So I had to, that right there showed me, man. That showed me, man. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so during all of this, in the back of your mind, or maybe it's in the front of your mind, you still got your sights set on LSU.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, through the whole process. So even through rehabilitation, surgery, recuperation, all that good stuff, it's still on your mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and you know the reason why it was on my mind, man, is because nobody, not one doctor in there, ever was negative towards the situation of me ever playing football again. I've never heard not one doctor from my neurosurgeon, not one doctor told me, Delvin, football is over with for you. Throughout the whole month.
As a matter of fact, when you were walking out of the hospital, you said, what was the last words the doctor said to you?
Man, I asked my doctor, football is over with for me. This man turned around and looked at me. He said, send me Super Bowl tickets when you make it to the Super Bowl. And that right there, man, it stuck with me. I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up. I said I had to do it for him because this man, this is my angel. This is my guardian. This man really went into a risky surgery he's never done before. Went in and done his thing. He done his thing, man.
Yeah, he did his thing.
He's done the damn thing, man. He saved my life, man, and I'm forever thankful, man. And when I was with the Saints, man, you know, I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about no damn accolades, no damn stats. I didn't care about that. I was trying to care about this man to get this man his damn Super Bowl tickets. You hear me, bro? I was in the Saints. They tried to get this man his Super Bowl tickets, man. That was my goal.
Got to be the ultimate motivation right there. Now I don't want to flash forward like too fast, but I want to get to the time with the Saints because this is kind of building up to another question I want to ask a little later on down the line. But okay, so you get to LSU. There was a process at LSU before you could even play. Like now, what did that process take you through emotionally? Because it couldn't have been easy.
No, man. You know what? That was the roughest time for me, man, in my life, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I overcame I tried to commit suicide twice, man. I was in a deep, dark space, you know, from LSU doctors not clearing me, to me just, you know, getting my grades, from hearing them saying, okay, yeah, we can possibly be, you know, possibly see you in the future sometime, but they still giving me the answer no. So I'm like, what is there to lose, man? I have nothing, but I have nothing to gain. F school. I don't want to F school at this point. So I started going out every day, man. I'm in Tiger Land, man. I'm out every day, man. I didn't care no more. I'm just like, man, if I can't play football, then. But that is the stupidest mindset ever. Now that I'm mature and older, I look back at that and be like, man, you should have took advantage of your education while I was there. So now, you know, you have something to fall back on. I'm going back and getting my degree. But so yeah, man, I you know, overcame two suicide attempts, man, and I'm blessed for that. And I want to share that because people out there need to hear that, man, because just because I'm famous and on the top level, man, I still have demons too. I still had demons. I'm still going through demons. And that's why I pray to God each and every day, man, to keep me from going back down that road. So if anybody out there hearing this, man, look, yes, I have problems too. Delvin Breaux, I have problems, man. But I'm fighting every day and I'm working hard every day, just like you. So you shouldn't give up. I ain't gonna give up. You know, so yeah, man, it was tough. You know, it was tough, man. It was very much so tough.
Now, you had to go through a couple of, you know, tryouts or whatever. You know, I just want to get to the Saints part because that's when, you know, things get what I call big time. You know, God brought you through this long journey. Like literally, you know, like you said, he humbled you from the bottom. Now you're at the top. Now you're at the platform you want to be on. You're in the NFL. What was that experience like, man, when you signed that contract, when you stepped on that field for the first time?
Man, you know what, man? That was a joy, man. That was a joy, man. That was a joyful moment for me, man. It was a great experience for me, man. Because I finally, you know, lived out my dream. You know, but it took the long road, man, because I knew I was going to be first round draft pick. You know, at least a first round pick, top 5, top 10 corner, man. That's how high I set my standards for myself, man. So, you know, God, like you said, he humbled me. So he took me a long journey, man. And I'm very appreciative of that, man, because it didn't do nothing but made me enjoy every moment around the Saints facility every single day, despite the damn fiasco of what happened, man. I enjoyed every day, man, from speaking from the top to the janitors, man. And I ain't gonna say janitors because I look at the janitors as somebody at the top, man. It's disrespect. And every single day, man, I'm speaking to them, I'm waving at them, asking people how they day going because I'm not taking life for granted. I know what I've been through to get to this point, man. I know. So just to put a smile on somebody else's face, man, that mattered to me, man. Whether I'm a damn professional football player or not, I never let it get bigger than me, man. Never. So it was awesome, man. It was an amazing journey, man. I just wish it would have lasted longer, man. Like I said, I'm a New Orleans native, man. I'm NOLA boy, man. So I'm you know, I just wanted to be home, man. And that opportunity got cut short for me, man. So it is what it is.
As a former Saints player, what was your favorite like play? If you can narrow it down to one play in one big game as a Saint, what was it?
Man, you know what, man? I would say my first. I would say my first play. My play that I really would never. I would say my first interception, man. I had a lot of great plays. I didn't want to give myself the credit, man. I didn't. I wanted to say when I made a block for when I sprung what's that, Kenny Vaccaro free on one of his returns. I made a block, man, and it sprung him. And I wanted to say that play, but I got to give myself some credit, man. I got to start believing in myself and giving, man, it's me. My interception, man. Shit, my interception, man. That was pretty dope for me because, you know, teams wasn't really throwing my weight, you know, and Bradford was trying me, man. So I had to let the world know that I'm arrived. This is me. It's my time. So I had to make a play, man, and I study film, I study tape. I knew who I was going against. I knew what route was coming. I knew I could take a chance on making that diving interception because I knew Bradford was going to drive line it there. I knew that. So, you know, it was cool.
Okay, now, did you do anything special with that ball? Like, is it framed up, like put up in a trophy case somewhere? Did you give it to somebody? That first interception ball. Boom! There it is, folks. Look, live footage of it right there. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I would do with mine. Like, or it'd be in my mama's house or something. I don't know. She take everything else I got. I mean, you know. Okay, so now we go forward to where we are now. We're in the CFL, getting ready for a new season. I mean, just what's the experience like in Canada? I've always wanted to know that. Like, I can't talk to Drake personally. I don't know anybody else from Canada. What is the experience like living and playing in Canada?
Man, you know what, man? It's beautiful, man. That's my second home, man. Man, those people are, man, it's awesome, man. Everybody out there loves each other, man. Like it's amazing, man. It's a country that I think America needs to look after, man. Like watch it and learn from, man, because it's awesome, bro. I don't want to. I don't want to move away from here, man. I don't want to move away from Canada, man. You know, it's opportunities for, you know, me after football career. My son come out here, man. So, you know, he got to do a citizenship. Well, no, he can't do the dual citizenship, but I can do the dual citizenship. And I mean, it's cool, man. Like Canada's awesome. The game is beautiful, man. Like I want them to take rules from the CFL and bring to the NFL, man. I think that would be dope. I think it would excite the game more. You know, teams want to see offensive guys score, right? They always want to see offensive guys score. So if we can implement some of those rules like the waggle and being a yard off, I think that would incite the game, man. Think of Tyreek Hill, you know, start having a 10-yard head start at a cornerback, man. Come on now. I've
actually thought about that before. That would be scary. That would be scary.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like fantasy points gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you. So you know but the game is beautiful, man. It's awesome, man. And we have a lot of talented players up there, man. Like I said, I would take my Hamilton Tiger Cat team and come play any NFL team right now, man, and compete with them. Not only compete, but win games, man. And that's how
from
much
a speed standpoint, y'all probably kick their ass.
Say that again?
I said from a speed standpoint, y'all probably kick their ass. You run all over the field over most NFL teams.
And we're going to be well conditioned, so we can do no huddle. We can do no huddle, and they're not even going to be ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
Our play clock is 20 seconds. NFL is what, 40?
Yeah.
So we in hurry up, but we already coming back ready to line up and got to
ready to go. Already conditioned to go. That's what I'm talking about,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I want to shift the focus a little bit to really like the pressing matter of today. You know, we've been dealing with COVID-19, which is still very serious, folks. Don't ever, you know, even if it's been bumped off the news cycle, it's very serious. But the real disease in this country has been, you know, for the duration of both of our lives, has been racism. I'm not going to go into any specific comments by any players or anything like that, you know, because I definitely want to keep some things to myself right now. But overall, what do you what do you think of this whole George Floyd situation, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, just the continuous like onslaught on black folks from the police? What's your take on that?
You know what, man? Enough is enough, man. You know what? I'm glad you asked me this, man, because I've been sitting around here, walking around my house. You know, I stay off social media as much as possible, and I tell my marketing team what to post on social media for me, because I don't like seeing the comments, because people, you know, you have your opinions and people always want to come and dissect what the hell you're trying to say, but it's not for you to dissect because it's my opinion. So I don't care to hear what the hell you got to say or what the hell you're replying to about my opinion. I can care less, because this is how I feel. I have a right to say what the hell I feel. So that's why I try to stay off it, man. But enough is enough, man. You know, enough is enough, man. We're tired, man, and I continuously keep seeing, you know, videos and stuff, search, you know, the web, and people sending me stuff, asking me for what actions we should take, and it's very disturbing, man. I'm sick and tired of it, man. You know, I go back and I watch, you know, 1960s, 1970s, 80s, 1950s. You know, I go back and watch those movies and just see how we were treated back in those days, man. This shit is disgusting. You hear me, man? I just watched The Help. I haven't seen that movie until, you know, maybe 3 or 4 days ago on Netflix, man. That is disturbing, bro. I wouldn't have made it back then. I wouldn't have made it, man. You hear me, bro?
That's why we talk about those previous generations as being, you know, as strong as they were. Because, I mean, you're a Louisiana native. My grandparents were, you know, my family before we came to Ohio, home of Louisiana. You know, that's where my family you know, pretty much originated from. In the 30s and 40s, my grandmother used to tell me, you know, about how their life was back then, about, you know, the whites only fountains and all that kind of stuff. And they said in certain parts of Louisiana, it wasn't no whites only fountains. It was just fountains. And if you was black, you just couldn't use them. You know, just on a basic decency level. But I feel you though, bro. It's definitely enough is enough.
And you know what's so dope right now, bro? And I'm glad the killings, you know, are starting to get light situations brought to them, because it's time for us, this generation, dog. We are strong, man. You hear me, bro? We are strong. It's time for us to help for our older generation now, dog. It's time for us to let's hear them cry now. Let's go fucking show excuse my language, but this on social media we got now they didn't have. It's time for us to let them fucking put their face in those videos, so them the motherfuckers that's up there in the top can see what the fuck they've been going through. They're hurting, man.
Oh yeah.
Hurt.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't have made it, bro. Man, seeing somebody put their damn hands on my mom, like, bro, I wouldn't have made it, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man.
But see, that's the one beautiful part about just, I'm not going to say, because I hate that we're in this situation, period, in 2020. But the beautiful part about social media is everywhere. I mean, this is basically the largest civil rights movement in world history right now, because you have people from 18 different countries, you know, just showing support for the Black Lives Matter movement, man. And that's what it's all about. But I want to thank you for taking your time out, my brother. You just don't understand how honored I am by getting that chance to sit and talk with you for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
We definitely have to talk it up in the future. You got some more money coming from me, because, like I said, I need that Lakers purple and gold with the shirt.
Absolutely.
And you want to let the people know where they can get more information on you, or they can come support your shirts.
Yeah, man. You can follow me on Instagram at Broshow40. I'm also on Twitter at Broshow24. And for my apparel, man, you can go follow my apparel at Broshow_apparel_. And y'all also can go shop on my website at broshow.com. And I appreciate the support, man. And like I said, it's a trying time right now, and I understand that, but your support means a lot. And, you know, Black Lives Matter.
That's right. That's what Delvin Breaux Sr., Hamilton Tiger Cats. Y'all get ready. The season is coming up. These boys, they got a lot to go through just to get back on the field. So when they get on that field, we got to make sure we support them in every single way, man. They put it on the line to go out there and put on a show for us. You know, once again, Delvin Breaux Sr., man, salute, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.